everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Bristol Blue. It has been 6 weeks since my last video. I really apologize for that. It's going to be a long one because I have gone through every single WIP except one. And I need to start working on some of those that I have finished. But I can't until I've done this video, at least in my mind. I can't do that, but I probably could just grab it and work on it again. But it is time, and those of you that are new, welcome to my channel, and I hope that you're not you've forgotten about me since the first time you watched. But I am really going to try to do better. I have some excuses. So the month of February, my store took off like crazy. And so I was busy making things for my Etsy shop and getting bunnies and Easter eggs and carrots and all that good stuff made and done and sold, and project bags. And now I'm like working on more project bags right now because I have run low on inventory. My eye is watering. And so I will get back to that. So this is a channel about cross stitch, and I will talk about quilting and more about my store later in the video so that you can, and I'll give you plenty of heads up. So in case you're not interested, you could just go ahead and stop watching and watch some other floss tubes. There's a lot of them out there and they're so fun. Anyway, so I should probably get started. I have, I don't know how many there are, 15, 16 WIPs. I mean, literally this is a WIP parade because I went through and worked and touched every single one. I don't know that I'm going to do that this month. I think I'm just going to work on whatever I feel like working on at the moment. A little busy. My work schedule has gone a little haywire this month and next month. I don't know how they manage, those people who build our schedule, to get a full-time, a part-time person to work full-time. I don't know how they manage. Anyway, working 6 and 7 and 8 days at a stretch, and then having several days off. But I'm busy with other things during that time too. So I had to quick squeeze in like the bathroom cleaning today. So, you know, stuff comes up. Stuff has to be done. And let's get started. We're going to start with number 1 here on our list. And they don't even fit in this little container that I have them sitting in over here. It's just one of my pink 3-tiered rolly carts that I have. I have 3 of them, so it's in one of those. But this was the last one I was working on when we last did a video. And that is Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. There is a full picture of the whole thing inside the booklet. So that is what I worked on, and this is done on 40 count grandma slip by XJU or XJU Designs. I started this on November 13th. Oh, here it is. I was looking for my little board to put things on so that you could see without any shadowing in behind. And I did iron all of these this morning. However, they got put back in with a little fold. So this is where I am right now. Let's see, what did I do? I finished the little palm tree flowery things over here and then started on the border across the top. So I've got this much done so far. And this was, I think, next on my list to work on. And so I needed to get the video out so I could get this back. All right, there's that. And I can let these pile up over here. Let me put that over there. Just so we can move right along. I'm not going to try to tuck them away and all that kind of stuff. I'll do that later. The next one that I worked on is Winter Rose Manor. And I hadn't worked on this prior to when I last worked on it in February, since December. So here's Winter Rose Manor, Brenda Gervais. And I started this on November 30th of 2021. Oh, I made the project. And this is being stitching it on 32 count green apple, and this is also by XJU or XJU Designs, however you pronounce that. And the only thing I worked on here was the bottom border, or this side to the bottom border. Otherwise, that's where I am with that. One of these days. It's getting closer to being finished. It's getting there. We're working on it. I wasn't real pleased with my fabric choice to start with, but it's growing on me. Plus, I was making lots of mistakes, and I didn't like the way the colors, the thread was showing up on the green, but it's growing on me. It's getting better. I'm working on that whole, because at first I thought I was going to toss it. The next thing I worked on was the Scarlet, by the Scarlet House, the Smith Sampler. And I started this on March 26th of last year. Oh, almost a year ago. And it is being stitched on 32 count cream and sugar. And I'm using the called for Classic Colorworks and Belsois and DMC. This one here, we're getting far down the line here on this one. I am in the third section and I worked on the border. I got this across and started on the third section there. Just with the plain, it's like the color that's used throughout this, so I'll probably run out of this, but that's where I am with Smith Sampler. And I am just going to do the basics of the border and then go back later and color it in, fill it in with the colors. And that's where we are. I like this one. It has a Southwest feel to me. I don't know why that is, because I call those little things on the sides, on the borders, teepees. They're just little teepees to me. So we'll set that aside. So this will start piling up over here. Then the next thing I worked on was by Stacy Nash, Primitives, and it is Turkey Hollow Farm. And this is being stitched on 36 count beige by Weeks Dye Works, and I'm using all the called for Weeks Dye Works. All right, smooth it out a little bit. The folds are in there, and this is where I am with that. And what I did this time was work on, I got all of this done here and then started coloring it in. I think I was giving each one a day or two. And I think I started like something new on every odd day. So I touched everything for at least 2 days. And then I moved on to another project. All right. Next on the list, I have to look at the camera, I'm not looking at you, is my Not Forgotten Farm, the Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom. He is fun. And this is being stitched on 40 count Confederate Gray. And I'm using all of the DMC on this one. This one got in the bag a little crooked, so it's got an extra little pleat in it. And what I did here last month was just work on the house. I did the roof and the first part of the house. And I changed the color. I think it was asking for, shoot, I don't even know now. I changed the white that was in the called for. I didn't write it down what I changed it to. And it was 3033. And I am using, 613. It's a very drab brown. It's almost white. This one right here. Come here. Hey, come here. There we go. Very drab brown, but that's what I'm using in for the house. It seems to work. I can see it. Plus the thread's a little thicker, so it's filling in the space a lot better. It's not as thin and flimsy. My stitches look better. So I'm very happy with that choice. And I was working on another project where I was using that color, and I thought, oh, that would probably work. You know, that's just how I worked it out. I was using it somewhere else. This here is my birthday start, and that was on February 11th. My birthday is on the 12th, but I started on the 11th, and this is another Stacy Nash Primitives, and this is Summer at Hollyberry Farm. So pretty. Oh my God, this is so much fun. I love the little berries on the border. I love them. And that's all I did. Was just a few berries down the side, and it was so fun. And then I went across this way just so I had something else done, because that was a quick stitch. That's I could do the sewing method on that one. So that was fun. But I like those berries. That is going to be fun. I kind of want to get back to this. It being my birthday and all, a month from my birthday tomorrow. So it would be, you know, the birthday stitch, you do it on your birthday every month, right? Don't you? Yeah. Yep. So I should. But I'm kind of stuck on one right now. And I didn't even bring it up here. Dang it. I'm going to have to show you next month. Or next video. Alright, so what's next? That is the Halloween Sampler by Teresa Kogut. This one right here. Should cover my face. Especially when you do this in portrait video mode. Yeah. It's looking for faces. Let's see here. This is being stitched on 40 Count Winter Brew by R&R. And I'm using all the Weeks Dye Works and the DMC. And this is where I am with that. So I had to fix the bird. I had done it wrong and had to start it over, and then did this star right here, and then worked on the pumpkin, and then I had to finish because, you know, my day 2 was over. So that's all I've got done there, but this is cute. So far it's just black and orange colors. I mean, there is a brown in there. That's the pumpkin top, but I've only been using black and orange. And that is like my 13th day stitch, I think is what I did last month. Yeah, I did. And, all right. Put that aside. All right, I have a new bag even. I made myself a new bag. I needed a bag for some new starts. And so this is bag number 1 of 2 that I made. And this is, got thread on it. But it's for my Snowman series so along. So I've got this Christmas or this winter fabric about that has all the text on it for snow days, weather, family night, movie night, fuzzy slippers, so sip some tea, pajama day, you know. And it has a box bottom on it. I wanted to test that out to see how that worked with a top zip and then a big tab on the side so that I could use that to pull my zipper open so I'd have less pull on this side and get it less soiled or dirty or whatever. Not like it would, but you never know. So the Needle Worker, the Snowman Collector Series from the Cottage Garden Samplings. I am doing this, I'm getting these monthly from the Happy Little Stitch Shop here in Wisconsin. They're just on the other side of the state. And this was the first in the series that I got. And it came early in January. So this is on 40 Count Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. And I think I have plenty of this fabric to do all of them, I think. I'm not quite sure, but this is where I got with him. He's so cute. This is fun. I enjoyed this stitch. The second one that I got was, actually I got that late in December. Anyway, and then the clown is the next month one. Not sure I'll stitch this one, but he's kind of cute. I'm not a clown person, but there he is. Then I got in February, I got the Shepherd, is the third in the series. Yeah, he's a cutie. I like him. I'll do this one. So this will be the next one that I'll do when I finish the first one. I'll do them in the order, unless there's one I really like more that, you know, I just can't go without stitching. So I'll do that. But this is a monthly, I'll get a new pattern every month. And work on that. So, and that's the same with another one that I got here that I'm working on. The other one, I really didn't stitch anything on this. And I'm a little upset with myself because, okay, I'm kind of a newbie stitcher, right? 3 years ago now, I guess I started back into the quilt stitching world. And I'm working on samplers where you have multiple pages. So I'm a little challenged in that area, so to say. And keeping track of what I've done and where I'm supposed to be, I kind of lose it. And I also learned that I can't just stop at the end of the page and then pick it up later and work on that, and go back to it from a different page. I get off. And I am off. Like half a stitch to a stitch in some places. And I'm a little upset and don't really know what to do. I can rip it out. It's not a whole lot. But I went in and started stitching in here. And I think there's like a page cut off, I don't know, somewhere in this area. But when I went, I kind of stopped and then started someplace else. And where I was before, I wasn't right. And so now I'm trying to make all of this match up. And it doesn't. And I was trying to fudge it, and I can't get it to fudge in this little area. So I may have to rip this whole leaf out and refudge that some other way, because I put this in the, it's not in the wrong place, because I started in the right place up here. So there must have been something I did here. So if I take this all out, and we'll start that all again. So I'm not sure if I'll pick this up again this month, but just because I'm really not in the mood to be ripping out a bunch of stitches. But well, that's where I'm at with this. I've got half of the border around done. I haven't done any of the strawberries across, if that's strawberries. I think they are, but around here, I liked working on the flower. So that's where I am with that. This is being stitched on. What is it being stitched on? It is stitched on Ticonderoga 36 count by Needle and Flax. Oh, sorry, I got a message across my screen. Somebody called in sick, asking to work. I'll reply back later, but I'm not going to. I have to work tomorrow. Let's see here. And Jane Hopkins, here's the book. I don't think I showed that. So yeah, I like Jane Hopkins. It's a really, I love the colors, and there is a lot of floss, and it's fun. It's a fun one. Anyway, I gotta rip some things out before I can get back to stitching, and I'm gonna probably procrastinate on that for a while. I'm a horrible procrastinator. Hang on a second while I... There we go. Okay, so what is this? Oh, next is Rocking Horse Holiday. And I thought I had to rip out a lot in order to fix something. It wasn't that bad at all. I was really happy about that. I had, because this one is, you'll have to watch my previous videos on the story on this one, but this is by the Artful Offerings, Rocking Horse Holiday. And I am stitching this on 36 count affogato. And I originally started this on August 3rd of 2021. And then I stopped on November 11th because I ran out of fabric. And then I restarted it on September 6th of 2022 and used some leftover fabric from a finish that I had done before. So what I thought I had done, is I had put the bow in and started with the swag across here, and the swag just wasn't fitting in the places. It wasn't matching up with the rocker, and so I was like, oh man, I did the rocker wrong. I'm gonna have to rip all that out and rip all this out. What I had done wrong was I designed my own bow. It wasn't even the way it was supposed to be stitched. So all I had to do was just rip out what little of the swag I had put in the bow and start over. And so now we're back on track. So I will, next time I pick this up, I'll finish the swag and start do more of the border across here. But I think this is the halfway point right down the middle. So I think I can get it done by Christmas if I really stick to it. So there you are. Rocking Horse Holiday. Back on track. So that's another one where I procrastinated on the ripping out, only to find out it wasn't as bad as I thought. So maybe that's what will happen with Jane Hopkins too. Maybe it will. Let's hope. So what I have other Christmas ones in here as well that I'll work on after, that I have in my Christmas bag, my Tim Holtz Christmas bag. I've got a Season's Greetings by Teresa Kogut. This is going to have to be a new start because I had started this before and didn't like 2/2 on 36 count. So I am going to do 1/2 on 36 count and start over. So that'll be next after I finish Rocking Horse Holiday. And then I've got these other two. I've got Merry Old Soul, Brenda Gervais. And I've also got Bells of Christmas, Brenda Gervais. So those will be my next Christmas ones. Unless, I go shopping and find some other new things that I want and feel like doing those more sooner than the others, than later on the others. Here is my Hawk Run Hollow bag. And this is the first Hawk Run Hollow I've ever done. And I am doing Houses of Hawk Run Hollow. And I am on the second box. And this is my 24th day stitch that I work on with my coworker. She's doing the Christmas one and I am working on the houses. And then when we finish these, we'll move on to another one. So that's where I am with that. This is being, where's my card? There it is. Stitched on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I started this on December 24th of 2022. and I'm using all of the DMC in the conversion in the chart. I love this one. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Whoops. Let's fold up my fabric right here. There's just so much fabric. You know, linen is heavy. I was earlier, I was steaming them, ironing them out. I'd put it back in my vinyl bags and then I would steam up inside. I was in a fury. So this here is my other new project bag that I made for myself. I have these fabrics that my sister gave me. She used to work for a furniture store. And you know that when in the upholstery section where you could pick out fabrics for your couches and chairs and stuff, they don't keep all that stuff. And so she gave me some, and that was one of the fabrics that was in it. And it's just a small little sampler, so that's like all that it was. I didn't cut very much of that off of there. And then I used Lisa Bonjean's primitive muslin cotton fabric and made a box bottom zipper tab thing. And okay, so this is supposed to be the fabric for the back of the bag. I kind of flipped. I put it on backwards. So there you go. And I wasn't going to rip it all out and start all over again. So that's where we're at. And this houses all of my Prairie Schooler Santas. And this is another monthly, they call them sew-alongs. So you can either sew along or just collect the charts. And I'm collecting charts and sewing along at the same time. So this was the first one I got. The very first Prairie Schooler I ever got. And I am stitching this one. And then I've got, you get a card like this every month, and then you also will get 1 or 2 of these every month. So you get several. I've got lots to choose from when it comes to picking a Prairie Schooler Santa to stitch for the next month. So, because I don't remember which order these came in, and these were the other 2 that I had gotten. So this is a 10-month thing, so I'm going to end up with quite a few, and I'm just getting the patterns. So I'm using my own fabric for this, and this is on 36 count Dulce de Leche from Fiber on a Whim, and I'm using the DMC. There we go. Let's do it this way. And this is where I got with him. I just had to fill in that other arm and put some pants on. But I like him. He's so cute. I was going to do it on 40 count. I suppose I didn't leave that up long enough. But Dulce de Leche. I love this fabric. I really do. I like dark fabric for Santas. Christmas is primitive to me. Everything has to be very prim and dark and moody and colors and all that good stuff. All right. That there. This new start and finish. This is the Freebie by Tiny Modernist. And I had already done the coffee one. Sorry, it's black and white. And you can get this on Tiny Modernist's website. I found it on Instagram. I used the link in her bio to go to her shop and looked up freebies, and that's where that's at. And this is the one I started and finished. It's always a time for tea. And this is printed. This is stitched on. Where is it? Where are you? There you are. Stitched on a natural-ish linen. I guess I don't know what you would call it. Very nubby fabric. But here is There's Always a Time for Tea. This one here turned out 100% perfect, whereas I screwed up on the cup on the coffee one. So these are ready to be fully finished. And I want to do these quickly. I kind of want to do these either this month or next month. But I have, I'm also going to show you some previous finishes because I want to finish this one that I did last year. And this is Coffee is Always, wait, no, Back to the Grind is this one. And I finished that last year, and I want to get these coffee ones put together and put up on my coffee pot in the kitchen on the wall. I don't even know if I can hang nails on the wall, but that was started on February 8th of last year, and I finished in May, and it only took 26 days to stitch. It's stitched on 36 count cappuccino from Fiber on a Whim, and this is a Silver Creek sampler. Oh, am I doing this? Am I holding it right? It's a Silver Creek Samplers Back to the Grind. This one. And so I want to get my coffee and tea put together. I think I have some frames that'll work for all of these. I think I definitely do have some frames. I actually have one that my son made me. It's not finished. I mean, it's still raw wood and stuff. And I need to put it back on it and stuff too. So it's down there somewhere. I'm not going to go digging right now. But so I want to get those taken care of. So those are done. So this is like my bag for all my little quick, easy little freebie things. And I found, oh, what is this? It's not a freebie, but I think you had to, it's from Primrose Cottage. I don't know. This is release 4, but I just like these. I mean, I could put these together and make something, you know what I mean? So I don't have any 4th of July or Americana kind of things. So I was really looking for something like that. So I got a little flag and I got a little 1776. So I think I'm going to do that next. But I want to get some more patterns. So I don't think this is going to go in this bag, the freebie quick sew along bag. I also purchased for my birthday, I went online and bought myself this pattern. This is called Worn American Flag, and this is by Stitching Jewels Design. And I gotta take it out of the package, so I apologize for the glare. But I really like that worn look of that flag. And there's a huge list of DMC, so I'm going to put that on my list for my next trip to Joann's. And pick up all the DMC for that and get started on this. I think it's full coverage. So I don't think I really even care. It really is going to matter what fabric I choose. So, but I want to make a red, white, and blue bag, and I do have a roll of, this was like my favorite fabric of all time. I don't even remember who did this. But I've got this junior jelly roll. I think there's only like 20 of the 42 layer cakes in here, but I'm going to make a patchwork bag using this. I do have yards and yards of this floral fabric because I got it for the back of my American Gatherings American flag so long. So I'm going to make a bag, and I'm going to start collecting some 4th of July type, anything 4th of July related, because actually the summer at Hollyberry Farm is 4th of July to me because it has a flag on it, buntings and stuff like that. So that is a future project right there, is to make a new bag. I only have one more WIP left that I worked on. Well, there's 2 because I'm working on one, and I was going to bring it with me when I came up here to do my video, and I forgot. It's sitting downstairs, and we'll just talk about that next time. But just get a tasket, green and yellow basket. I have worked on this one. I really don't want to put this one down when I get it get it going because I just think this is the most gorgeous thing. And it's so fun to stitch. I love this. So here I am with this. What I did was I had some like finishing to do on the bottom of this. Oops. I had to finish the bottom of, finish this out over here on these flowers over here. I had this done and this done. And then I did this and I did this. No, I did this motif. Wait, I got this all backwards. Hold on. What did I do? I finished this out. I finished this, and this. Finished all of these flowers out. And I did this and this all within this last few days. I think I finished this like 2 days ago. Anyway, I put it down anyway. Let's put it that way. All right. Oh, she's just a beauty. I just love this one. So the other one I'm working on is the Cornwall Cottage Sampler. I'm printing. I want to say I'm printing. I'm stitching it on the same fabric as this, which is, did I even tell you what that was? Milk and Honey, Cream and Sugar. 40 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim, and I started this on May 14th of last year. Yeah. You got to see this again. I want to look at it again. Yeah, it's Milk and Honey. I love that fabric too. Close up. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, just beautiful. I love the slowness of the stitch, the stick and the stab and the pull, and I just love that. Anyway, all right, so that is the end of my WIPs and everything that I have touched. The one I'm working, the Cornwall Cottage Sampler that I'm working on right now, I want to finish the left side border, all the little motifs all the way down to the bottom. I want to finish all that before I put it down. I'm really close. And then we get back started on one of these. And I don't know which I'm going to work on next. I think my birthdays start Summer at Hollyberry. Summer at Hollyberry. I think I'll work on that next. So it being Easter and all, I started pulling out all my Easter, well, it's not Easter yet, but I started pulling out previous finishes and thought I'd share them with you because I'm putting them in my bowls. Both of these that I finished last year are Scattered Seed Samplers. And this is, what is this one called? Acts of Kindness Pin Keep. Did that. And that's my finish. Yay! She doesn't live that far from me. So when I ordered these, I was waiting for them to come in the mail. I ordered them from our Etsy shop. And a couple days later, there was a knock at my door, and there she was. And Tammy Black, she doesn't live that far from me. So she hand-delivered these. She happened to be at the printer down the road. And so she stopped and hand-delivered the patterns to me, or my order. And then this is how the back looks like. It's a velveteen. It's an ice blue. And I put a charm on the back. Okay. This is not stitched down. It's fusible webbing, and I just ironed it on. It hasn't come off yet, so. And then the other one that I did, that one was stitched on, I started it in January of 2022, and I finished it on April 4th of 2022. I got the velveteen from Lady Dot Creates. I didn't write down, 32 count parchment from Fiber on a Whim, and I believe it's 2/2. Yes, it's 2/2. I love 1/2, so I'm going to stick with anything 36 and higher so that I can just do one, because I do not like the way my stitches lay when I do 2/2 threads. Don't like that at all. It took me 20 days to do this, and finished it And let's see, the other one is also Scattered Seed Samplers, and this one here is Humble Gatherings. And here's my finish on this. I'll put that over here. And I put a vintage lace from Lady Dot Creates and a green velveteen on the back of this one. And a pin with one of my little key charms. I like keys and clocks for charms. Again, this is just fused. I didn't stitch it down or anything like that, but that's where I stuffed my pillow. It's right in there. And it's just polyfill. I do have sawdust, and I do have walnut shells or lizard litter, whatever you want to call it. But I have a hard time saying lizard litter. I have to think really hard. So those go in a bowl. I actually have a tray that I set on my dining room table. I haven't decorated it yet, so... Oh, by the way, no pictures are going to go along. There's way too many here. I spent all morning taking pictures of things to put in my Etsy shop, and it takes hours. Then edit them and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to have any pictures, like this feed of pictures before and after. My video, I'm just going to do video and get it out to YouTube. I'm at 41 minutes right now, so we're doing pretty good. There is also, so when I take pictures of my project bags that I sell on Etsy, I usually, sometimes, not always, will put the hoop in, not a hoop, a Q-snap in it so that you can see how big it is for all of that. I've put fabric in there and a pattern. And so it's just something I grab and put in the bags that I'm going to sell. Not thinking that this is something I still should be stitching. So I need to make a bag for all the Easter kind of things that I want to stitch. Bunnies and all that kind of stuff. Because I have this. I got this from Happy Little Stitch Shop last year for a stitch along, and it came, I got the floss kit filled with it, and I even got the fabric along with it. And so I don't know what kind of fabric this is. I'm assuming it's 36 count because that's what's called for on here. Winter Brew linen. That's not Winter Brew because I'm using Winter Brew for another project. So I don't know what this is. It doesn't look like 36 to me, but yeah, it is. And I don't know that I want to use this one. I think I want to use something different. And here, I purchased this. I went out on a limb here and I bought some Fox and Rabbit ballet slippers, 46 count. I just might stitch. I want to see if I can stitch on 46 count. So I am going to just do it. And even when I do stitch this, I'm going to do it on this, I think. I don't know, that white rabbit might not work. I may have to go a little darker. I don't know. I want to use this fabric up on something. So there is a Blackbird Designs project that I have in mind, and I did pick up floss for it. I forget what it is, and the book is over there, so in my cross stitch cart. So I'm not going to go pick it up yet, but will be a surprise if I work on that one. But I'm thinking, oh, I don't need to make an Easter basket because I have these little pink chickadees, and this one. This is an Easter bag. I don't need an Easter bag. So there we go. There is a potential new start before Easter right there. Yes, I like bunnies. I love bunnies. I have been making bunnies like there's no tomorrow. So if you don't want to hear about quilting or my shop, you move right along and go, and I don't have much for an update, but go right ahead and watch some other videos. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you watching, commenting, and liking, and all that good stuff. So I had a lot of fun, and I promise that if you do come back, it'll be sooner than 6 weeks. I have never gone more than 4. So it was just a really rough month, and I needed to slow down because I was working way too much. I was doing way too much, and I am bunnied out right now, meaning I made a lot of bunnies. I can show you some bunnies. These are the ones I just listed today. I just made 10, and within an hour or so, 5 of them are sold. So here's one. So before it goes out the door, this one's been sold, but these are my little bunnies. And they are so adorable, and I love every one of them. So those that don't sell, they'll just stay in the shop. But I will be putting those in my Easter basket next year. I have made a lot of bunnies and sold a lot of bunnies. 3 different kinds. So, and different sizes. I think I have 4 different sizes now. And I keep redesigning it. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun, but I am bunnied. I'm glad it's almost Easter because I'm starting to move on to 4th of July stuff, and I did post a few things in there that are kind of 4th of July, that are 4th of July related. So red, white, and blue, and that kind of thing. So my neighbor is giving me some things, and so I'm working on those. I'm tea dyeing, and I'm not tea dyeing. I'm coffee dyeing, staining some old flags, not some old flags. They're just some flags, on the stick. She gave me a whole bunch of those, so I got to make her some things, and I'll make some more things. But I'm kind of like at this idea stage, so I don't know exactly what I'm even going to be making. I made some star patterns and stuff like that. So, but I'm trying to come up with some different ideas, something new, something different. So I went on a little Lori Holt kick, okay? And I went and bought a whole bunch of fabric, and I needed a day where I just needed to quilt, do things for me. It gave me joy because I had just been doing way too much, and I just needed a day. And so I did take a day, maybe 2. But it wasn't a whole lot more than that. So I was either working or making stuff for my shop. That's just a box that has other things in it. But so I had purchased this monthly program. That is a Lori Holt thing from the Happy Little Stitch Shop. These quilt seeds packets. There were 6 of them. And I got all 6 of them. And so I made the first one. I have a pin on that, but so I made number 1, and she's pretty. It's pretty, and it is easy, and it was really fun to put together. I enjoyed it. So in the packet, I have left over all of the fabric that was left over from stitching this. It came fully kitted with all the fabrics needed to make each of the flowers. So I've got all the extras in here, but I started, I made a hexie flower. So it's in another, I have my hexie bags. I have 2 of them now, but I'm going to start making some Lori Holt hexies. So you may see some project bags in the future with some Lori Holt hexies or patchwork of other sorts, but I am on a kind of a little bit of a kick here. This is number 2. This is still full of all of the fabric, so I need to get this out and make number 2. I've got number 3. There's number 4. Make sure it is. Number 4. And number 5. And number 6. I went to their Facebook page, and I finally saw somebody who had quilted all of these and done them in the rows, kind of like a bed. What do you call it? It's not a bed cover. I can't think of the name of it, but you put it at the end of your bed. And it's very, very pretty. It is very, very pretty. And I bought a layer cake of calico. Now this, I'm trying to think, is Green Fairy Quilts, I think is what it is. I don't know. I saw advertising scrolling through Instagram, I believe, and they have sales on fabric. And I got for this for like, it was 30 to 50% off. So I think I got 30% off, and I got a layer cake. This was for my birthday. I bought these for my birthday. But you know, I'm going to be making things to put in my store, so. But they were fun. I wanted to make some tomatoes, so I purchased this. I got this from the Fat Quarter Shop. I just wanted this pattern, and apparently it's in one of her books, and I have 2 of her books, but it's not in one of those that I got. So I did not purchase the book. I just wanted the pattern for the tomatoes because I really want tomatoes, and I made one. Oh, and isn't it cute? I just love this little thing. Isn't it sweet? It's just so sweet. I love it. So I purchased some green and red fabric in 2 different kinds of each. Actually 3 different kinds. Oh, 2. Of Lori Holt's greens and reds. So I'm going to make some more tomatoes. I don't know if they're project bags or what, but oh, they're just so much, they're just so cute. This did not come with the fabric in it, just the pattern. So I just had to pay for the pattern. The other ones that came with the fabric were a little bit more pricey. And you know what? I did the math when this is all done, and this little bitty quilt is very expensive. Just saying. I don't think I'll do that again. But when I did the math after all of this, I thought that was kind of expensive. But anyway, that's just me. A little frugal. I'm always trying to save $1. And then I also got some of the background fabric, which is the little chickens, little chickadees. So that'll go with all that greens, because that's the called for in this pattern. So I just bought that. I previously had made a bag and sold it within hours of the calico. I made 9 patches, and this was the background fabric. It's the Alpine wagon wheel, I believe it is. I love this fabric. This fabric is the best as a background. Love it. Love it. So I had to buy some more because I had run out. I think, and this was like all I had left, and I needed it for binding and everything. But I made all these little 9 patches. So here's I've got enough to make another one. I did this just out of a charm pack. So I made a bunch of these and made some 9 patches. Do I have any made here? Here. 9 patches. And sold that project bag like super fast. So I want to make another one. And that's in this box. And this was the background, the back of the fabric. I had gotten some yardage of her stitched stuff. So I fussy cut one of the motifs out and put that on the back of the bag. So I will be making another one. Don't know exactly when just yet, but I also want to make tomato bags too. So watch my shop for that. And I've got more scrappiness, happiness. I've got the whole layer cake here, so I may have some more patchwork bags. I have been working on one already, so I had to practice it to see if it was going to work. I was doing a prototype of the bag, and I joined Fat Quarter Shop's Jelly Roll Club of the month, and this was the first one that I got. This is Sun Washed by Corey Yoder, and so I've already got squares cut, and I'm piecing over there by my sewing machine. So while I was doing that day that I needed the day to myself to just sit and stitch, I mean not stitch, sew, stitch, it's the same. and I was working on my mom's quilt. So I have got all of these, right, you can see the gold sections. I've got one left to do, and then I've got 8 of the pinwheels to finish, and then I could put row 4 together. So I am so close to, and then it needs 3 more rows after that. And then I can start pin basting it and getting it ready to quilt. And so I have put some brakes on as far as my shop goes. I'm going to make more project bags, and I need to put more of those out there because that's what gives me joy, stitching those. I'm a little, like I said, burnt out on bunnies, even though they're cute as all the dickens. This one's sold. It's so cute. Anyway, I've got stars. This is the first one. Kind of testing to see if the pattern is good. I've got another style that's a little bit more rounded, but this is new out there too. I've got an old flour sack, vintage flour sack that I made into a lumbar pillow or bench pillow. So it's just the cover, and I've been putting, this is going to be my signature thing here. I'm going to put covers over all my zippers so it has a much cleaner look on the back. So that way, if you're taking a nap and you roll it over and you sleep on it, it doesn't, like, you don't hit the zipper with your face, right? Oh, I did do one project bag, and that is with the quilt, and I do have this on the shop. So this bag is out there, vintage quilt. I have quilts to do more, and Mom and I are going to go shopping and get some more because I'm running low on quilts. And I'm hoping that the stores are stacked up for 4th of July stuff. This is a tan block. It's a little faded. But that's the back. And then I cut this one at the top to put the zipper in. And I use my own fabric to do the binding. And it has a tan zipper. And I put a velveteen ribbon on the zipper here. So yeah, I love making those. God, I just love making project bags. I don't know why. To me, it's just so much fun. And I'm always thinking of you guys. Of, the people who, tell me what you want. I mean, Lori Holt's is a big thing. And every time I post something after I've made it, it's sold. I do have a couple that haven't, that are still out there, but they go quickly. And this is other fabric that I purchased. This is a while ago, but I've got Tilda fabrics. So I've got a fat quarter bundle here of Tilda fabrics. And oh, these are just absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful. So there's like birds, just gorgeous motifs and florals, and oh, they're just absolutely beautiful. So I'm planning to make some bags with those. I also have been wanting to do Liberty, but Liberty fabric is expensive. However, Riley Blake makes Liberty fabrics. I don't know if they make them, or if this is True Liberty and they're just selling it in the States for them. But I picked up some charm packs. I'm sure he got these on sale because I got 2 of those and I got 1 of these. And this is like the jewel tone, or this is nature's jewel. So like jewel tone colors. Here's the picture in the back of the fabrics that are in there. And then these here are the brights. I thought I had ordered 2 of the other one, but apparently I only hit 1 on the button. So, but anyway, I want to make some patchwork bags using these. I know, to me, it's just like the colors and the fabrics. I just have too much fun with that. I enjoy that. And the other thing I'm making, I got to finish that one pillow. I I have the other half of the bag. It was the same print on both sides. This one here is a little bit more stained. I'm going to make it anyway. I definitely put this stuff on my sofa. It's got a stain on it. I tried the Tide pen. It came out a little bit more, but not that much. Hardly noticeable. And then I've got this flour sack too. So I'm going to make some more pillows out of those two that I purchased. These things are not cheap to buy either. It was a big sale that month at that store. So I got a good deal on those. Is there anything else? I think I've touched it all. Check my shop. I've been putting things up there sporadically. I just put 20 items or 18 items out there this morning, and like I said, 5 of them were sold. So we'll see how that goes. But there's more project bags, and I want to make vintage quilt ones and brand new ones and all that good stuff. So pay attention if you're interested. I'm not trying to force this on you. Please believe me. I just enjoy this. If they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. It doesn't matter to me. And I got a little excited when last month, I was going to the post office every single day with one, if not one, several packages to go to the post office, and it was exhilarating. It was fun, and I think I got a little greedy, and I needed to just chill because my life was just overwhelmed and I was losing it. My hormones went out of whack, and I need to take a break from it. And my work schedule did that for me because I had to work 8 days in a row, and there was no time. There was no time for it. I was exhausted. I just left for 2 days after that. And now I had 4 days off since that 8-day stretch. I slept for the first 2 days. And then these last 2 days, yesterday I finished everything that needed to be made that I wanted, that I was going to get done and get listed. And I got those listed this morning. Cleaned my bathroom. I did clean the kitchen. And now, I got to go back to work again for 6 more days in a row. So I need to slow down and just do things that just give me joy, because I was kind of having a little bit of a frantic moment. Anyway, thanks for hanging out and listen to me whine and complain about my busy schedule and how I decide that it's time to just gotta put the kibosh and slow it down. Because I just can't do both. I can't do both. So I'm just waiting for the moment that, I can stop working and do this full time, because then it would be so much more enjoyable if I could just do it full time. I love every minute of it. Anyway, you guys, thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you real soon. Okay? Love you. Bye now.